muzzle of that hated musket, and I flung it as far as I possibly could. The war was over. And I turned my back on it all. Comrades and combat, all of them, living and dead, and memories that I wanted not to be my memories. And I began to walk towards home. I faced the west, and I was one foot in front of another, headed back towards sweet home, Missouri. The days came and went and came and went. I was all alone. That's what I wanted to be. I wanted no more armies behind me or on my sides or facing me down, wanting only to kill me. That's gone. It was over with. And before there were two images. The image of my mother, sweet and smiling and soft. And the other was the image of the war devil. The ones that the veterans of many wars have told me that will reside within me, that will always be looking over my shoulder, bedeviling me at every opportunity. But I hoped that it would not come to this. Surely these veterans of many wars were lying to me. They were exaggerating. Yet it was there. It was there. Competing with mother's image and the devil's image and the mother's image and the devil that resided within all soldiers who have seen the ghastly remains and the fruit of combat. Within weeks, I began to see the familiar hills and the gentle valleys of Audrain County, Missouri. And then I saw the little creek that I knew so well that none of us really understood, called Skullet Creek. Skullet Creek, a creek that had an image and a history that it would never explain. Things happened there. Sometimes it would bubble and we would hear things within its waters. And I continued to walk way into that night. I didn't want to stop. I could see that misty creek to one side, and then I saw it. That little white farmhouse that had been ours. And it seemed to glow. It seemed to glow in the most mysterious way. And my heart was beginning to pound. And I stood in front of it. His mother's still there after 4 years of this. I'm not supposed to be alive. But alive I am. I wanted to enter there. But I should not. No, I shan't enter now. It would certainly frighten her that any noise would. Of course she would. Or is she even there? Then I saw a little vase of flowers on the front porch there that only she would have created that particular combination of wildflowers. She was there. But I refrained from entering, and I walked backwards from it, trying not to make the slightest sound, down the hill towards Skullet Creek in that dark, dark night. And I leaned against a tree and I could hear the strange rippling of Skullet Creek. And I wanted to make the hours pass faster, so the sun would rise faster and I would be able to step inside and see everything that I remember and to see Mother. And I closed my eyes, and suddenly I heard again, and once again, the rattle of musketry off in the distance, and the cries of the dying, and the roar of cannons in the distance. No, not this again. Oh, war devil, leave me alone. Please leave me, leave me, leave me. Why do you bedevil me? Why do you do this? And they came towards me, and there was hands on throats and slashing bayonets. Please leave me, leave me. Oh, leave me. Oh, leave me. And I reached automatically, unknowingly to my side, to that sidearm that had been there for so long, for 4 awful years. I said, oh, please, take me from take me from this torment. Take me to any world, anywhere would be better than this one. And then I felt something moving that sidearm away. I had no idea. And I looked to my left. Mother. She looked at me and her face seemed to be glowing. We fell into an embrace that we did not ever wish to release. And she said, "Welcome home, Benny." I was astonished that She was still alive. She still looked the same. Her hair a little whiter, perhaps. But yet she seemed to be glowing. And there was something strange about her, and always as loving and warm as she always was. I made it, Mother. She said, I just couldn't go on. That first week, back in '61 at Wilson's Creek, I'd been told that you lay among the slain there, and I just couldn't go on. I couldn't go on. I couldn't go on. And it kept more circulating through my mind. Why is she saying I just couldn't go on? I couldn't go on. I couldn't go on. And I said, Mother, I made it. My wounds were slight after Wilson's Creek. And the war just swept me up and took me away to distant lands of bloody miseries that you cannot imagine. Oh, Mother dear, I couldn't go on. I couldn't go on. I couldn't go on. Well, she helped me to rise, and the two of us were of their arms on each other's shoulders, and we walked onto the porch there, and we stepped into the front room. It was pristine, and it was immaculate, like she always kept it, and the memories just hit me like a sweet wave. And I looked over into the hearth, and into the hearth I saw the embers of her cook fire from earlier in that evening. And I looked from one side to the other, and I knelt by that hearth like we'd always done. I said, Biddy, do you remember? Do you remember when back before Father died? Do you remember when the three of us would kneel in front of that hearth? And we would stir the big pot there. And we'd all partake in the delicious things, and we would talk and we would laugh. And we were so close. The three of us, we were so close. Do you remember, Biddy? Indeed I do, Mother. You know, Biddy, we will someday, the three of us, we will all come together again before that heavenly heart. And in order that we do that, you must live your life to the fullest. To the point that everyone who crosses your path will benefit from you in some way. You must live your life for the fullest, and we will all be together. I stepped into my room, and there was that little beige blanket on the bed there. A little beige blanket and the window there that was so clean, right next to my bed. I lay my head back on that pillow, and I seemed to be drifting off. I felt her fingers going through my hair. She said, live your life to the fullest, Vinny. Tomorrow is another day. I opened my eyes. The sun was attempting to penetrate the window and bring something good, but the window wouldn't permit it, and the window was cracked and broken. It was filthy. And I lifted the little blanket, and it tore, and it released a dust cloud right in front of me. Dust cloud. And I looked around in the room, and it was filthy beyond imagination. The grime was everywhere. And I heard a buzzing sound, a humming sound it was. And I stepped down, and I walked across the room towards the door. And I opened the door, and I looked towards that hearth, and what I saw there was a skillet-sized hornet's nest that had been left there unattended and unmolested for years. And I stepped into it, and the insects were passing me like this, like they had, like any battlefield that I had just managed to survive. How could this possibly be? And I turned to my right, and I stepped out the front door, and I looked at the family burial plot, and what I saw there was not one stone, but two. I kneeled before that unknown stone, pushed the grass aside, and it read, Elizabeth Burkhart, 1821 to 1860. Of course, that's what she said. Wilson's Creek. I just couldn't go on. I released the grass, stunned. Is this what happened? I embraced that stone. I embraced that stone, cold as it was, and I pressed my ear to it. I heard something. I just couldn't hold on. You must live your life till the fullest, Benny. My message was well received, and I couldn't release my arms from that cold stone. But then I did. I understand now, Mother. I understand everything you said. Yes, we will come together someday in front of that heavenly heart, and I will live my life to the fullest. And about last night, thank you. Mother and the War Devil. Thank you. Hey, we made it now. Okay. Okay. What do we call Mother and the War Devil today?
Challenge us because you did PTSD.
Right. Good. There'll be a huge cash prize. Talk to Bob back there. PTSD. Good. I challenged you by telling you couldn't possibly. Well, thank you very much. I had a son in combat, and that's partially what inspired me to do that. And he came back all right. Everybody in his unit came back from Iraq alive. Still, he's PTSD can be horrible, but he made it. Thank you, folks.